So have you, just like everyone else, had trouble hiring customer service employees? Hiring the right customer-facing employees can be a little tricky, and it often isn't given the highest priority. But it is more important than ever to pick the best people to represent your business, and they are out there, I promise. But how do you pick the right people? That is where I can help. Hi folks, I'm Claire Cunningham, customer service expert and founder of the Customer Connection. I am here to help you improve your bottom line by putting the focus on your customers. I have sat on both ends of the hiring table for customer service roles, and if I do say so myself, I've got a bit of a knack for picking the right people. So because of that, I've had pretty low staff turnover in customer service roles, and that is due to a couple of different things, but it starts with hiring the best people for the right roles. Now, I've definitely made some mistakes along the way, but I have learned from them so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. So whether you are hiring for front of house staff or a call center or just general customer service reps, these are the qualities you need to look for and prioritize. But first, before we get into any of that, you need to start with an accurate job description. Put on there exactly what you're looking for and exactly what the job entails. If you're unsure if it does accurately reflect the role, then run it by one of your current staff and ask them. Let them tear it to pieces if need be. The benefit to advertising an accurate description is you will get better qualified people that more closely align with what you're looking for. Plus, you'll weed out time wasters. Are you a slow-paced cafe with regular picky customers? Say that. Is it a super busy call center where staff will be on the phones constantly? Say that. Is it a role with a big variety of tasks or a low variety of tasks? Say that. Whatever it is, be as upfront and transparent as possible. It is the key to attracting and, even more importantly, keeping the right people. I promise you will still get people applying even if you don't think the ad sounds that appealing. Don't believe me? Try it next time. Make your job ad as honest as possible. And if it doesn't work, just repost it and put false advertising on there. You can always revert back to that. Now, what should you be looking for? I say qualities over experience. Here's why. You can train someone to do the job correctly. It is next to impossible to change someone's inherent qualities. It's not impossible, but it's really difficult. So now you've got a big pile of resumes on your desk. How do you narrow it down? What should you be looking for? The very first thing I look for, no matter what the role is customer-facing experience. Have they worked the counter at McDonald's, the front desk at a hotel reception, door-to-door sales? Doesn't matter what the industry was or what the role was. Have they worked directly with people before? If yes, then they hopefully already have a basic understanding of what it means to work with customers. I also like to see if people actually list customer service as one of their strengths on their resume. This is a telltale sign that you know they are applying for the right role. Basically, what I'm saying is they don't need office experience to work in an office, and they don't need cafe experience to work in a cafe. Customer facing is customer facing. In fact, sometimes I prefer to hire people with a food service and hospitality background into my office roles because they know what good customer service looks like. Something about serving food to people just makes people better customer service representatives, and we can get into that in a different video someday. The next thing I look for, which is always pretty apparent in their resume, is how clear their communications are. If you need someone to interact with people, they need to be good at communicating. You can toss out poorly written resumes, especially if they're going to be emailing customers. So that's an easy way to do it with written communications. And to get an idea of their verbal communications, I like to give them kind of a pre-interview phone screen. Just give them a call and hear what they sound like. Do they sound friendly and cheery on the phone, or do they sound a little flat and grumpy? If they aren't passing the verbal communication test on the phone, just chuck their resume out and don't even bother interviewing them. You don't want to work with a poor communicator, and you sure as hell don't want your customers putting up with it either. Now, obviously, in the interview, you continue to evaluate their in-person communication skills. Duh. And bonus tip time! Give grace for nerves. Nerves are totally natural, and it likely means someone really wants the job. Remember, nerves can affect people's natural communication styles, so do what you can to make them them feel at ease. Crack a joke or something. Let them know it's totally okay to be nervous. Be as friendly as you possibly can. There is no point being that big, scary interviewer if you're not getting the best out of people. Be open and friendly. You are looking for the best people, and sometimes the best people just get a little nervous. Not me, obviously, because I'm perfect. Now, aside from their communication style, there are a few other kind of inherent qualities you need to be looking for in the interview. Emotional intelligence, patience, a willingness to learn, and attitude. So these are things that you might not necessarily ask directly about in the interview, but you're evaluating how they answer the questions. Emotional intelligence. How do they react to you and the other interviewers? Are they polite and respectful to both you and the front desk manager? Or are they just a little too nonchalant? Patience. Do they maintain their professional demeanor during the interview despite different communication styles? i.e., are they interrupting your questions? A willingness to learn. Do they admit what they don't know? Are they eager to learn more and improve their skill set? Look for people who are confident but also want to learn more. You want someone who's teachable. And the most important one, the one that only the most skilled of leaders can change, that is attitude. This is the most important trait to look for as it encompasses all of the other qualities that you're looking for. You need to find people with a positive attitude that want to help others. So my number one hiring tip is hire for attitude, even over experience. You can always teach someone to do the role, but damn, it is nearly impossible for the everyday manager to change someone's attitude about something. Now we have one more thing to look for, plus a bonus tip about personality types, so stick with me here. The final key thing you need to look for, proactive problem solvers. Customers will inevitably throw curveballs. When those curveballs eventually come, you are gonna want someone on the front line who is confident enough to solve that problem right then and there. You are only one person. You only have so much time. So you need to hire the right people that you trust to solve problems when you're not there if you give them the right tools. The best way to find out if people are problem solvers, give them scenario questions. Pose actual situations that have happened at your store and ask them how they would have solved that problem or what they would have done. And if you can't think of anything, you can be more direct and say, how confident are you solving problems when your manager isn't around? If they answer with things like, oh, I'd probably tell the customer to call back and wait for your okay, they're likely not going to be what you need. They need to be able to think on their feet. Now, lastly, I will address personality type. It might feel like extroverts are the natural choice for a customer service role. And you're not wrong. They love people. They get energized by working with and helping others. Exhibit A. However, do not overlook the secret power of introverts either. If you've got a role that requires a lot of communications with one specific client over a long period of time, introverts. Introverts build really genuine connections with people, and different customers need different types of people to interact with. So it's ideal to actually have a mix of both extroverts and introverts on your team. So let's recap. Number 1, post an accurate job description. Number 2, look for someone with customer-facing experience. Doesn't matter what industry. Number 3, look for good communicators and be forgiving of nerves. Number 4, hire for qualities: emotional intelligence, patience, willingness to learn, and most importantly, attitude. Number 5, look for proactive problem solvers and people who can think on their feet. Number 6, hire a range of personalities: introverts, extroverts, and everyone in between. And look, if your options are really limited and the job market's really hot, the number one thing that I would say look for, if you haven't said attitude yet, then why were you even watching this video, honestly? Attitude. Start with a clean canvas and you can make it a great work of art. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out on your next round of hiring, and be sure to make all that magic happen and like and subscribe for more fun and practical content.